corner. Swung into the near post. Chance for Karela. Can they score? And that's the opening goal. Karela has stunned Samatex here at the Century Arena.
They just managed to keep it in play. Just look at that back cross, and you could see red shirts in the box, but no one defended there for Samatex. They just look all over the place.
And two Hearts of Lions at this venue, and they are trailing. That's a beautiful goal. Out of nowhere, Samotete equalizes for Samatex. That's a beautiful goal.
Just look at that. It looks like a mess in the box. Too many bodies. Green and red.
And the way some of the exciting goals set off a results are with PMO last weekend out the Ghana Premier League. Interestingly, FC Samatex still they are without a victory at the Ghana Premier League anymore. Brekum Chelsea and so enya victory. But of course, Hearts of Folk recorded our first victory of the season. It was a landmark victory because the last 3 years, Nomitimi and Share Dreams FC. Mame Stati and Free, the legend, of course, from Hearts of Folk perspective. Ekamia said, now Dreams FC have a team now Hearts of Folk whether home and away has a struggle. But Didi Dramani comes in, we break it that jinx, you know. Watching the game, how did you feel, say, we are Hearts of Folk legend?
I think the name, the first match, that we played with Ohio United. Ball a boy now. Before say that was in a killing game in the first half. But then after the half time, before say now how guys feel like say has new biasa,
of course,
and they came in strong, and then before say with the, even down by one, they still we were able to have that draw. Me patching and say so dream match now boy now Akwa say in fact supporters were disappointed. For me, the first match now me say no Uncle Yi, because so ubenya 9 free kicks, spot kicks now when ya corner kicks 5 when to utilize it back, it's very bad. And for me, fans were disappointed. And so me first say players no are aware say no dream see the idea exactly. And so for me say determination and commitment and a say win way it's me by so I never go
okay Brekum Chelsea Samuel Bodu 2 games 0 points because obviously against newly promoted Sweden Blacks there, but the quality of Brekum Chelsea think I will say at least a draw, but Lucy, what do you make of week 2 games about so any some of the goals I actually?
I think you will share Brekum Chelsea. The first 5 weeks of the Ghana Premier League will be like a pre-season for them because of the number of players are job of kind the previous season. Solomon Fie, one of the key players last season for the football club. Solomon Amankwah, top scorer in the last 2 seasons in the Ghana Premier League. Zakaria Foseni moving to Asante Kotoko, also one of the key players in the side. And of course, Ube Jawu, he's the main creator in the team. So, we share a team, not the spine of the team. Most of the players in the so Amonko other team to strengthen their team. Musiaka in the Ghana Premier League. Obviously, going to the new season, over struggle. So, me predict say the first 5 games in the Premier League will be like a pre-season for Brekum Chelsea. So, I'm not really surprised. So, almost struggle. Medin Kaka. Shodo Oblast team now. I doubt anything can beat them in Shodo.
Oh, really?
They are playing some good football. Osho right from Division 1. The strength of the Oblast team is in Shodo.
Oh, okay.
Bo Shodo, they have the men. Good defense, good midfield. And they have creators. Making sure say feeding Wood of Mensa. There's a player of 27 goals in Division 1. Because the attention of Ghana football and one day nation in Division 1 because we mostly speak about the Premier League. But okay, Division 1, the kind of football Wood of Mensa and the Blast in Division 1. You'll not be surprised about Premier League what 30 goals. So they have a strong team and almost strengthening a Shodo. So I doubt out of the teams in the Premier League, any team will win in Shodo against Oblast.
Right. Mo, statistically, I think say week 2 MIA goes across the league centers are a boy. You from the statistics point, then week 2 of the Ghana Premier League.
Well, I saw a lot of positives, from Ohio United, and my focus was on the newly promoted side. the history and records of the newly promoted sides, you go back to your core 18 Premier League teams in 2021-22, maybe any Gold Stars, Accra Lions, any Real Tamale United. They struggled at a point in time before we finally fit. The following season, you have 4 teams, but could be replaced Ashanti Gold, FC Samatex, and Swatraman, Tamale City, Kotoku Royals. That was in 2022-23 season. Also, Samatex, who won the league after their next season, it took them match day 6-7 to get their first win. For 6 consecutive games, now heading their Kotoku Royal struggled at Cape Coast, and Swatraman struggled a bit away, and then Tamale City, Nyaman Tumi Ankoye, and Famomo. Then the following season, we saw Heart of Lions, and we said Lions in the 2023-24 season at a point, no more relegation.
Of course.
We are in China, but for by 16 years, we into me engineer, and also call back to Division 1, and so that is the challenge of Munyae. Then last season, Vision FC were good at home, away the results were not positive for them, and continuously the output of the newly promoted sides and Koye. But I was looking at the 3 teams: Hoho United, Swedro All Blacks, performance the new any 11 wonders. But when we saw the all strength kakra ay Swedro All Blacks. We share 4 goals in 2 matches. Oko share Manchester and our share Brekum Chelsea, one key team since 2010. We're making impact in the Premier League. With me 3-0 home. A big statement. It is not easy to beat Brekum Chelsea 3-0, irrespective of the team and then for Hoho United, 2 matches, I feel now I share 1 goal. Positives in the defense, but for 11 wonders, they conceded 4 goals. Fie against Heart of Lions, but then Heart of Lions have made statement from last season. Only 2 players have left the team. One to Samatex and Abakoko outside Ghana. Then Omaye, a good inclusion, that is Chelsea Freeman. Were completely dealing, and that is what they needed. Obin Jr. was doing the work. They needed a power strength striker, Obe Puti opponent under pressure, and then the results. We should highlight now. Whenever Chelsea is with the ball, it was a 11 wonders for falling back deep. Going to me or 1-on-1, and that will be a damage for you.
Right, Mo Shaban. Ghana Football Association statistician and Eddie Juman. Of course, I've already introduced Nanedu and the legendary Yao Amankwa Mreku. Over the weekend, there were exciting games with the Ghana Premier League. 2 games outstanding. Asante Kotoko because of more CAF competitions. And you have game against Holy Stars. Then of course, you say team and any Gold Stars, and so you call the CAF Champions League. So this weekend they will not be in action. But some of the games also the Ghana Premier League, and starting from Friday, Accra Hearts of Folk, one more tonight the Accra Sports Stadium. Now I'm going to teach him 11 wonders at me abo on Saturday. Shall so say Diana Stars and Swedro All Blacks, big game. Osia Diayo Nana Ajman Bedu Park. Then of course Nations FC, Wamone FC Samates, and so everything ashe na wamo etimi ediabweni. Pando Heart of Lions, wamo betnefi Pando Sports Stadium, wamo any Bechem United and Airbo Vision FC. Wamone Hoho United ni Eje Kraku, the second stadium Tema New Town. Wamo and so any Hoho United ebebo. Young Apostles Ebetina Winchi Sports Stadium, Nomone Dreams FC Ediabweni. Then of course Karela United, Wamanso Ebetina Fie, Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium, Nomone Midiama Sporting Club, Wamo Ediabweni. These are games are Ebetimi Akoso this weekend the Ghana Premier League in But ahead of these crucial games, watching live on Onia TV, the live telecast of Hearts of Folk and 11 Wonders game and the Sobo head coach and Accra Hearts of Folk Masoud Didi Dramani and our centre back Calvin Osiasibe ahead of the crucial game.
Very strong side. They are very disciplined side. They are a very organized side, and so we respect what they bring, but we try to impose our authority in terms of our style of play and in terms of our game model. And so we are very positive in terms of how we have to approach. We just have to be able to take the necessary spaces that are needed and then try as much as possible to control the game when we don't have the ball. The biggest assets of the club is the support base. players, and so we respect and we appreciate and cherish them greatly. Wherever the club is, you find them there, and I believe that we're trying to make them more happy, we're trying to make them more relevant, we try to make them more understanding of the entire culture, the entire philosophy, and the entire style of play that we are building for House of Folk. It's a work in progress, and we need them at all times.
Well, Masui Didi Dramani, head coach of Accra Hearts of Folk, 2 times winners of the Ghana Premier League with Asante Kotoko and Oten and Kano. Ninsemo Kano Yinana say game more airball against 11 Wonders. A very difficult game. As I say, Wonders, of course, they are yet to win a game into Ombebemu. We start doing say Ombabe attack. At least a point for them, a bear like a victory to them. Intino and Yadia more quarter to a from Kra. Kelvin Osiasibe and so a centre back. With me, Ashe Abon Homewading, but crucially, a Heart of Folk in this victory because Kamia say Heart of Folk sometimes munya victory now omo air twaswa na air ding usually omo tie a drop a point those game no more capital big game against a newly promoted side obviously easy for Heart of Folk.
Me say me who say for now no when you look at the scoreline now, first match it was a coolest.
Yes.
Second match, Ashe won. A chair will say your defense, we are okay with it.
Okay.
But then method also any bad. But then I feel I can't go on issue. A chair will say yes, we lack goal scoring. And so me feel say I know now me who say I was a kujidi, with me a strategy kind of game plan be a bit me abwa in terms of scoring. But then any mama say this game I mean, my bit me more goals. The reason being is that Oshe, the attacking department now, the way attacking winner or yana, the first said, and you're bad. Oshe pra yene hoho and after the game or before the game, Oshe now attacking
drills
sections exactly. So when they say now they have that kind of attacking win in their minds. For me. Stadium for now, Accra Sports Stadium for now, I may have to focus on. I've said it before the league. We share for some time now. Yeah, ball league. We share baby top form because you free. You know to check out.
Yeah.
Me for me, who say leg on edge has to focus. And whenever we are playing off leg on problem. And so and now first match. For 7 years now, we've not won. The first match.
Opening games of the Ghana Premier League,
Exactly. And then again, Accra Sports Stadium. You know what I'm saying? And then this time around, yes, I'm more. So for me, before the league started, say Accra Sports Stadium for now, and J Hearts of Folk. And for me, I'm praying. Hearts of Folk about some more pay in embrace or channel whatever being a stormy block. Hearts of Folk Accra Sports Stadium because spiritually it's not helping. And for me, me say I did because very careful. Say yeah, bomb match no share match. I look at our boy. I show you two now. Top four now. I'm telling you, say Accra Sports Stadium can be difficult. I'm telling you. But who say Legon has been a place for Hearts of Folk anytime piano. And so for me, who say Ochina no nyame aduma me share no share mediama who share mediama
Heart of Lions.
No, mediama those are promoted teams no.
Teams okay.
So far mediama eduana ena your friend say Gold Stars and which me sustaining push performance now.
Yeah.
But bend down they struggle. And for me, yes, you see All Blacks now the kind of born. But then as to say that is me and what I'm looking at. And so for me, young apostles there. Before say watch now, very unfortunately say House of Folk to me, I'm baptizing Hohoi United. And was it for that this time around? Yeah, to me baptizing
11 Wonders.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Obviously, a big conversation. Hearts of Folk at the Accra Sports Stadium in recent times result in Shadan Ko FM Omo Sede Omo Epe. In a game, Omo goal scoring a big of a problem at the Omo. How should they approach it and say that we going into that fixture?
Goal scoring issue, it's not about House of Folk and Kwa.
Okay.
A national problem. We have a lot of strikers and harassers. up front for every team, but we lack clinical finishes.
As a player, only defenders be
on the harassers.
Yeah,
you can see them moving, but to put the ball inside the post, that is where the problem is. Until Tracy, in the last 3 years, the top scorers in the Premier League. How many of them are to go beyond the 20-goal mark? Because what 34 games in the Ghana Premier League. Now, only strikers are to 20 goals there. That means averagely, most of the players in our Premier League, they don't even average 2 games, 1 goal. And that is a national crisis. And yes, House of Folk they find themselves in that situation. House of Folk team, last season, no player in the team that share more than 7 goals. So you have both season 34 games, and there is no player in the House of Folk team about more than 7 goals there. It means, and yet this particular season we have no problem. They are top scorers, Maoli Wayo. Also, how many goals?
6. I think 6.
You get the point. So, Obi and the team no amount 8 goals. Bunkomponko wechi. For the previous season, Hamza Issa, how many goals no say?
No team,
12, no player in the team no show 15 goals in the season. So, all but 34 games. Now, 2 seasons, Obi and Tuman say 15 goals. The next season, Obi and Tuman say more than 7 goals. It means a problem can say for the club.
Okay.
So they have a lot of forwards. Has team no. Adeba Kwa when has a bar. It's the strength of their team. It's how to block the passes from the midfielders. Abdul Karim, Mohamed Hussein Alonso, and of course either Rafael Amponsa and as David Okwafani. They are the strength of the team.
Okay.
Almost passes, almost breaking lines, almost making sure they create a lot for the attackers. But Frank Duku and Hamza Issa, they run around the 18-yard box. Almost near the kind of strikers now, they move into space to receive passes.
Okay.
So anytime you are attacking midfield, now behind those players and you struggle against them. So it's a big game against 11 Wonders. But the question is, who to me inside 11 Wonders at home there? Then you are not ready for the league.
Right.
And I think the House of Folk is likely to pick a win tomorrow.
Right. Nane, you know, House of Folk are likely to pick a win. But then again, we don't Swedro any Ediana Stars game no Doma. But Choba Aristica, head coach Edema Ediana Stars ahead of the game no Wakasa. Any easy game, you know, Ubia Ekasa ahead of the crucial encounter.
Respect the opponent, about to know here in Ghana who team is coming from the first division in Premier League, is coming the first very hard, have the good morale, and the team Saturday coming here very hard. Our team need go the same serious, aggressive, and not give chance from the opponent and coming here and disturb our.
Say any chance na say you take your chances earlier for the team on to me on Kasa. Into yes, you say first half na you to me make sure say you share go and I say goals so that pressure be and by you be. I was saying 100% sure say they are ready for the game because we share over training guys will be ready. Omambo no be ready say coach mana akwenya na obetumi siakama Adriana Football Club. I was saying they be ready 100%. Oh, so game where they say we need game where Abema able to me akokoda first to third into game where they maximum 3 points and I was saying they are power into my name my boys and they obiafa match very
right. I know Maxolata and Afe Choba Aristica one more and I'll tell Moncaro for Choba Aristica no say oh boy a newly promoted side yeah sometimes very difficult because they come in with that kind of motivation into a dear game no a bad day but for Adriana Stars at home I'm gonna try say I'm gonna all the 3 points after say this weekend I'm gonna pick a 1-0 victory over Nations FC. More crucial game for Adriana Stars. They have Yabaka said the most experienced squad this season in the Ghana Premier League against Red All Blacks. Say that who's our game now.
The most experienced squad, but Telepathy new a new team. I feel na coach Choba Aristica jelly the team. But interesting start about these two teams. So say league na born 18 teams. Name 2 pen na foreign coaches. So we in Asia.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Choba Aristica and then Ahmed Fati from Egypt, Choba Aristica from Romania. And the 2 coaches near foreigners. Only in Asia and Omo in the second round if they are still at coast or Omoklaba. But now, Osha Ediana team na a experienced players signed almost person results but Osha 2 matches now potency up front in your now your comparison about potency a Ghana Blacks so I share 4 goals and Ediana share 1 goal and even Ediana 1 goal they struggled against Nations FC to get the goal. Of course, Ocean Nations FC might be a strong side in the last 2 seasons since Omu make your debut in the 2023-24 season. Last season, Omu make his statement, getting closer to winning the league. This season, Ohe Diana FC, I feel no jelly. They lost their match day 1 against Karela 1-0, going into match day 2. Now, go against an opponent. The first game, Okwawe Koshe go.
Yeah.
The second game was Shemiensa. In 2 games, we share 4 goals. In 2 games, we share 1 goal.
Yeah.
And then the possibility say the away team no kwabit to me share goal. Our domani are very high. But then as to how Ediana bit me take your chances, that is Mizaki Fie, you make you assist again or the man and Ponsa in the first goal, the man the win against Nations FC. Would Mizaki Fie and give the man or Mafu one more 2 top strikers. Yeah. Mafu was excellent last season. This season, I'm going to fee account.
And also, the Ben Sidibe,
yes,
Benjamin,
yes, Ben Sidibe, and Okolon Baseke last season. Wababeka attackers, a lot of us attackers. Midfield, no, Charles James Kamara. I am one player, and Mujan no call Bibi, and I was Sambabium. But then, Diana team now, many show by newly promoted side, some of the new idea neighbor, some of the strength neighbor. The Diana were the fans, more fans, but All Blacks the supporters beko, and All Blacks are Rudolph Jr. Mensa, goal or share against Bekum Chelsea. Right. We make a statement. Their goalkeeping department, player or show first goal in the season, or a centre back, Zayat, Bubakar. Very good centre back. They have a good team, and it will be very tough for Diana. Diana would have to do extra work. Per what I watched against Nations FC, Ombe require extra work to pick up points against your All Blacks.
Right. I know Mohamed Shaban and Martin and Ka are still live on TV. This is GPL Fie and Ghana Premier League in Okowenano. Yet team Eddie streaming live on your TV. Share, like, if I comment in the twice here, you bet your brain na fe yaka in so Eddie about. Of course, your next live gamer you be show on TV. Ama baby will be a enjoy no a Kwando Heart of Lions. One gamer or more a crucial game at the Marco Bashir Hayford. So far, 6 points at Okra, and we share in all the games with me airborne. Ahead of this crucial game, you will remove and no Eddie come on or the 2 Janum. You couldn't go TV.
Well, you mean that 1 way, you mean that also one year team Butun yeah, so we are preparing very well. We have played them several times. You mean that also one team 1 way and we are taking into consideration say supporters will be there until we will cheer the boys up to victory. So on Intina, if we say do match in bed, but home the advantage
it's a 2 games. Pando Heart of Lions I share 5 goals. Marco Sidibako. This is but I understand where goes power.
Yes, you go shame at training grounds. Oh, your problem. Goal scoring now your problem. And so I can't be training schedule there every time be a bit how they had the goal scoring county. I've been seriously working on goal scoring. I'm there 2 matches here, 2 many 5 goals. Game today. The subsequent matches in the goals to be account because dress and I'm doing for me. Say a banner, and we have to also make sure say they are issue. Wait to me.
Last season, this is the target in any day.
Oh, we are targeting the player yards. You told me no equal way more other first. You're on the Kade, you buy yard in the Kadi first in the Baja, but what we are saying is that last 2 seasons in the yards, your brain, enjoy Ofi on your Kade, you're struggling.
Another Premier League winner, Coach Bashir Hayford, and what's in Kano games in the weekend day. It is coming thick and fast, and then also quite an exciting game. And I want to say, Obetina with TV, now I enjoy giving on live on your TV. So now, of course, with me, I enjoy all the beautiful content around the Ghana Premier League. Now, Nanedu Mame and State also Heart of Lions, out of nothing. A team ana 2 seasons ago, relegation threatened. Almost survived here with the last 2 games of the season. Last season, title contenders. This season, 2 games, 6 points, and of course 5 goals scored. Just a goal conceded. It looks as if Oma finding their rhythm, and against Bechem United, new coach, new set of talent. Pandu Sports Stadium. Say no, who's our game now?
I think so. Oma learning from the first season now, almost struggled to survive. I remember their final game, Amankwah away, last minute, and Sana Omonya those 2 goals. Omo picking win to stay in the Premier League. So Omo got that experience from that. Say the next season, they have to move on from that angle. Omo back to maybe second in the Premier League. This particular season, maintaining more than 90% of the players that you use the previous season, that is the strength of the team. You can't recruitment. It's not about signing new players alone. Of course. Recruitment is a ability to best maintain the best players. Now what add the quality. Yeah. So you can see say in their squad, add the quality. They already squad now. Second on. That is the strength of the Pando Heart of Lions team. And a coach who has seen it all. Coaching teams to win the Premier League is the strength of the Pando Heart of Lions team. So I never guide you more against Bechem. There's a big game about so Pando. I tip them to pick a win. I was just looking at their game against 11 Wonders at Waterman Town. For you to come away and score 4 goals, a more confidence in front of goal. Say, me team not to make away 4 goals there. When you are playing at home, you should find a way to get the maximum 3 points. Also, we game against Dreams FC here. You call Pando now. Omunya 1-0 win, but they struggle to win that game. It tells you say home games sometimes they come to the pressure. So they will manage themselves to get a win today. And I think say omu game omu ball home to Bechem United. Pando House of Lions will pick a win.
Mo Bechem after Kase Mengelo Kase Koye Kweku Danson Ebeteki team no. Now there is a new coach. Ome Lucy the spine is set to say Echo Francis Chene Echo goalkeeper Aziz Aruna Dari Echo. Even players, Emmanuel Abenyone, Clinton Doduma, no moment, Tibinuye Duno, Omunina Echo. Now, new set of players. The only face, we can say, Dalvin Yeboah, only the main man for the team. With this Pandu setup way, can they survive, El Pandu?
Yeah, at a point in time, I was saying my players need to be called Seth Kojo, Francis Akwa, the left back, Seth Kojo midfielder. Gary, Odiomu about 6 key players. Francis training last season, now injuries kakranti one enough game. But Isaiah Nyakon, Honum, Yahweh Champon, a centre back, Baba Moru, and so one centre back. Omwenya confidence. Like you mentioned, Darwin Yeboah, one fine striker, Yenin corner, then Emmanuel Aban, one of the skillful wingers I showed last season. From the left side, you can talk about Davi Aminu, Mohamed Onya playing time here. I'm sure the coach is preparing him up for this task, and that is the challenge. I want to say, a young team, the Premier League is so competitive to the extent that to me assemble team and get the results, and that is why all the time say pressure team. So I'm saying take your time. We a new players a bit more experience, a bit more exposure, and that is the difference somewhere. Now let's go back to Heart of Lions. In their first season, captain Ebenezer Ban, now or the Premier League or make it debut in the Premier League. Though was a total of 13 goals from the sports, but then analysis and experience, anyhow. He's matured now. Lawrence or say Edini knowledge from the goalkeeping department. Abekao, a man I compatriot to Ruben Hennessy who joined from Tema Youth. Now we Mufiwa from the left back Bismarck Enin, and then Uko a midfield Honmoa Ishmael Adu and then yes players Somodiaba in the midfielder. It changed the team itself. Now Heart of Lions were a good team. A title contenders last year. The only Adiana Omolake Kakra attack. Nipa Obitmiama more pressure. Obin Jr. would always strike from the flanks. And so Obin Jr. Kikana who a midfield cry you opponent Ishiki. Now Chelsea Freeman has added something to it. And that is why 11 Wonders near Bono. Wonders air attacking more and it exposed them. Who conceded total of 4 goals. And the Lions Ababe side home and away, you have to be very cautious, and that puts pressure on Bechem. For me, in terms of psychological preparations, a Heart of Lions, motivational wise, a Heart of Lions, they want to do something, finish well in this season's league, and I think Bechem United until match the 6, they would manage to pick up gradually, and they will struggle. But when they find their feet, that is why we call them Bechem. They be a wonder club. They bring young players and they form something new in Nigeria anymore.
Mo Shaban and Oteni Kano on the Kwando Heart of Lions any Bechim United game. But one game a live on your TV screens, you know, and a Nations FC our Brankers, Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex, or the FC Samates and remember Samates are defending former champions of the Ghana Premier League. But ahead of the game, no, Kasim Mingelo Kansi, one of the most experienced coaches of the Ghana Premier League anymore, with me Akasaka Kra at the match now.
Oh, definitely, you know, you go away, you give a good performance and you lost. You come home, you definitely have to work hard and take your 3 maximum points. It's not going to be easy, but they have to work for it. That's what I told you, very difficult game, very, no. Their first 2 matches, they've not won a game since we started. So they are coming like a wounded target to come and play. So we also have to double our effort to make sure we secure all the 3 points.
Sure, like always for the past 2 seasons, that's our main aim to take the Ghana Premier League trophy. But we will not be in any rush or pressure or something. I will do the best way we Nations FC players we know how to do best. Take every game one at a time. We just focus on what we did at Ghana and what we should have done better. And I think our coaches have watched all our clips, so we are coming to do the corrections and everything like during this week. And
Kasim Mingelo Kansi and Afi Razak Simpson, captain Edinburgh Nations FC and our training coach. An experienced coach in Kasim Mingelo Kansi last season, and yet issue is see in Zema, they were on the verge of winning the title. This season, Amushedan starting year, they have 3 points from 2 games. Amubo against former champions FC Samates. We'll take on that.
Yeah, I think Anka free Heart of Lions.
Okay. Briefly now,
I think so. Me feel say Heart of Lions has been consistent.
Yeah.
And football is about consistency. And in fact, almost 2 wins now. Mama Kai Emra has a folk. Yeah, Emreno. You're making sure say the first 5 games you take 50 points, and who take 15 points bet. I should say it's like the same league in Uber. And so for me, and then how they are playing. Nations, yes. In fact,
Razak and Razak, yeah.
I like that guy, and I think the Obon Homodin and how he controls the back, very very important. Me who say now no Nations also team bia almost omujomonaso, and I think going forward, they are performing, and me who say say for them to come out victorious in this match because we share Ahmodia as a captain or look how they kasa any how and Yamafa where they started from and then league how unfortunately once you be a moment to me nice idea me feel like almost me for league and so me who say the consistency is also there on the side of a nation and maybe anyone say they can at least
win the game.
They would, for winning the league it's very difficult, but then if you say they will still place in the better position.
Right. Yawa Amankwah, don't forget say it's here there Nyamensa one so party what is you su Nyame na this year do sofo kakra and so of course yakunim na yamfie ni enchemo the Western Derby so Leo Bahama Sports Stadium. Don't forget Karela United once upon a time no more the Western region. In fact, we are Western region team, but he's here the Tamale and Obutu. Amuni Mediama Sporting Club and Ebo. So far 2 games 6 points. And Mediama Ekra. Ibrahim Tanko, head coach at Mediama Sporting Club. Sunday or winning the match on Friday and a Sunday or Kaware. Akasa Edia forgive no.
Like any other game, like you said, they have a very good team. I think they have a very new players with a very good coach behind them. Like I said, we go in any game with our own style. It doesn't matter we are playing home and away. We want to control the game. So definitely, this is what we are going to do.
It's been a good experience. I didn't join in Abidjan. I came and joined here, and I feel welcome here. Everybody's been nice to me so far. it's a great team and they have a good project running, so I think it's good. Actually, if you look at the Ghanaian Premier League system right now, there is no team ready like Mediama. So I know they have a project that fits my status, so I feel like joining will be the best for me instead of any other place. We are soldiers. If the commander-in-chief says, I'm ready, we are also ready. We did the same in Doma. We just have a target, go and win, go and prove a point. We are just going there to prove a point, with or without the supporters. We are paid to do this, so that's why we know how to do best, so we go and do our best.
Nanadu, remember also straight, Mediama, they are on fire. Whether so mobile away or home, they scored more than 2 goals in the 2 games of Mabo. But they are coming up against a rejuvenated Karela. Say any game, you know, and how do you think say the 2 managers and may change the results?
I think a test via Mediama to me pass a test via they will be my favorite to win the Premier League. Looking at the kind of team Karela and Amadou Nuruddin Abelde this particular season. You remember last 2 seasons, say Karela Echo Tapa to go and win against Mediama to survive in the Premier League. Last season, Karela did their best to make sure say home games, you know, picking more points to survive in the Premier League. So the last 2 seasons, we say Karela as a football club, I gathered some experience in the Premier League on Modebo, and Mediama picking at the right time. Only Moses Parker and the leaders around Mediama Edin Koma. Their main target this particular season is to win the Ghana Premier League again. And looking at the squad that they are having, a team here on a good day, they have what it takes to win the Premier League. So again, they are traveling to Tamale to face Karela. It makes the game a big game. And what the signings are Karela for a year now? Big names, but they have a way of almost find players. They are trying to relaunch their career in the Ghana Premier League, and that is one thing that drive you on this particular season. The same as Mediama. You know, players to be more aging in the squad, no more EBA free move. As I maintain the core of the players, and the young guys be able to see. It tells you say, or more understanding the real business to play in the Ghana Premier League. That is one thing that is guiding them. So it makes their game against Karela a strong game. I tip that game to be a 4-time draw because Mediama of form, Karela is also playing well. So I see that game in Tamale to be a 4-time draw.
No, statistically, a Western Derby, a game no more numbers. It's a game where you are not easy, sir.
Easy and Oshe numbers at the last time I Mediama Koshe Karela.
Yeah.
Ewa away, Omubono, Ewe Ninase.
Yeah.
Into Omuko Aliu Mahaman. In fact, the last season, Mediama lose 3-1. Ewa Aliu Mahaman, even when Karela struggled.
Relegation.
Yes, and Oshe Nuruddin Amadou is managed to assemble a good side. Some of them crying an opportunity, and Zaidan Mohamed, 18-year-old Zaidan Mohamed, Afena, these young players, and one of their midfielders, Mohamed Asigiji Suleimana, Onigana, currently outside, Johnny team, you know. But it looks like Karela, it may have finding with them. Omenya key players about Ivan Soseu Swaba, Onye Bimbo, Bless Ege has been introduced in the team. Nuhu from Golden Kick is also there. Kevin Kofi Saba. So it looks like he's built a team. Right back on Obinu Obibebo, the centre back on Obinu Obeba, and one of the longest serving player in the team, Yaya, and he's been there even when Amu Western region, Amu Bono, he's been there. Then Fatah Mohammed, captain of the side from Hard to Fook after 8 years with Hard to Fook. He's also having about 3 seasons with Karela. So consistently, Amu Yebibi. Mediama almost surprising me kaka. Now, the entire Amu surprised they say, Oshe leg back Suleimana. Oniho Kakra, but Umenya Desmond Bafo from 11 Wonders. He was one of the best players in the Access Bank Division 1 League. Wababe Shehonum. Then Oshe centre backs now. Amu Mensa and so Ababe Nuruddin name Emma Oni a former Kotoko centre back. Yusuf Mubarak. Apatina up front. Abdul Samed. But Kevin Nkrumah from the left side, it looks like the team is gelling.
Derek Fojo
behind them. So Mediama, this is what we know them as Omutuminya players back now be fit in normal ball, and that is what coach and Fauzi Taylor from the midfield. A complete team, but a game didn't demand pair records, a game for Karela or the best for Mediama, a draw.
Right. What kind numbers, you use about 2 games already out the Ghana Premier League and we remove our week 3. Now these are the statistics more for your Femika Kre. So far, Oshe, the number of matches we've played, goals are Yashe, teams, any players who may keep in clean sheets and other fame some of the stats or the Ghana Premier League so far.
Well, stats now are interesting. One of my key factor was stats no year away wins, you know. Idea back on it will be intense. Last season week 1, week 2, week 3. Remember, now me say but week 4 no away wins 2. But this season week 1, 2, week 2, 2. Until gradually teams need go away. Epic away points, and that is key in 17 matches. I have a total of 4 away wins, and that is positive at the Maya League. And all matches I have, you record about 29 goals, and that is also an impressive record. You team 4 penalties scored, and if you are backing your records on anything, back it with stats about the penalties. A league a record at the Maya Empire, total of 62 yellow cards, and a home goals is 17, away goals here 12, first half goals here 15, second half goals here 14. Second half goals no doors and same first half goals. Even we season second half goals no was so but ya starting teams share in the first half, but at the end of the season you see say because we want to see how our teams may make impact in terms of clean sheets. Benjamin Asari in your last two seasons the best shot stopper in terms of clean sheets, 16. Last season it was in the top 5. This season Asari again did 2 on Felix Chey of Mediama Sporting Club. 2 clean sheets in 2 matches. That's 100% records for the team. Then you look at the top scorers chart. Samuel Atakumi goal stars, 2 goals in 1 match. And in terms of most penalties created, league you have 2 penalties at their money team, and it means that or a player back in terms of performance or my empire. But some of the Atakumi is doing well. A lot of players in here, a lot of goals at their mind, but top 5 in Oko assist now this season. Now, interestingly, if you Swedro, and that is Samuel Fusu,
of course, that's new midfielder.
Yes,
solid midfielder,
very creative, or a very intelligent player, and I want to see more from him this season. Wamayen 2. And Adebakwa, why am I many agents? So Koyabako, away against nations. And a quick Swansea Bafo, a share, and our Sambe Bium, Rudolph, any that Keller now didn't that goal. And so a banner assist so interesting the goalkeepers, and I say midfielders the goalkeepers are also giving us more of the clean sheets, and that is giving us more positives in the Ghana Premier League. I think there's more room for improvement. MVPs, one penamenya player, and then team of the week, and also and if you look at the impressive performance, Rudolph Maye, he finds himself in the team of the week by Fatah Odauda, and then goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, that excellent performance against Dreams FC, near J.K. the second. So overall, good stats by our teams.
I know I am most about Maminko Facebook now. Minko is some of the messages, AB and free honum way from Pretty Coolie Bailey. I say good evening on your TV. Good job. Okay, I mean thumbs up. Ewa honum. Tibacho unyanko Facebook Ghana Premier League. Ghana Premier League. When you call Facebook na search and I say Korea Unia TV on Facebook na fi enjoy for comment na eto ho from Pont Richard or say see you. Okay, yes you who ha Benjamin Sam or say there is no hyped player in Hearts of Folk who can attract me to go and watch GPL. We need charismatic players to make the stadium full. Oza, where the Swedro for Nediaba. We say Swedro All Blacks, Oza. Okay, on also the message, no. Conforce Digrima was here, ever kind, Ohima Berry Adepa. Any bet code on GPL, Pacho Debi, or company Bia, on the Ghana Football Association, couldn't come on Yamano Paina, on for Yango. I say it's a great analysis by all standard. Greetings to all of you. We wish you give us every week, and we love to hear from Mo every Thursday evening. Pacho Mo no Canada Sunti. So opposite Yanwaha, best sponsor GPL Fie. Said the Benyiska na Yadiama Mo. Kwame and Pama Edueje. I say the smaller clubs will rush to win the league and go to Africa to disgrace us. Okay, honestly, no. I'm Pierre Bonnie. I say I'm watching you people from GCB Kanishi. Okay, honestly, Dianaba. Unruly take off. I say Ho United FC Wumi. Okay, honestly, messenger what they aba and so and no. So surely they are live. Our Facebook and to bet me at Johnny now also the messages about Maminko. Other messages, na main kind for them. Richard Kobe Timer, I say Mediama Sporting Club all the way, watching you live from Takwa honestly the Odiabano no pressure or see more Shaban be two top statistician more fire more Ojo Samba Ewaha Jempro GH or see great discussion solo yada se wo Timothy Followden or say this boy God bless you and your family from Lagos Nigeria yada se bebre enso ewo piaga honestly good evening and so no big prosper GH good evening solo I'm watching you from Takwa great show of course GPL no idea so exciting it one GPL Fie anyone bebre wo hwa enyade ubenya finally me bejamu nemu amakoba I'm starting every legend we pick of the week match ben na wo hwe play ben na wo pese uhunu this week say obe light up GPL na ma
I think say Ishmaelado one of the chaps actually.
Hey, Heart of Lions midfielder no.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Me share the ball.
Okay, we near Ishmaelado on.
Seriously. Unfortunately, no ball.
Yes, of course.
But then hold midfield now. What? Because me, I wish I come in there. Wow. Seriously, I like that guy, and I hope that he will make impact when it comes to the league, and then also help Heart of Lions to get to the high heights. Seriously, that guy we need to look after.
Right. Nanedu, your pick of the weekend.
Yeah, I see. Rudolph Mensah scoring a goal for Oblast or Ibiana.
Hey, sir.
One of the players to watch this particular weekend. Yeah. Scoring 4 goals. Or say team no Eshabako. Nations. Yeah. Almost 3 goals. Home. So it means potentially more than meant to score. Yeah. So they are likely to score in Ibiana. So I tip Rudolph to do well. Frank, yes, has to I tip him also to score. All struggle, but I think Oba started this particular weekend. I tip him also to score in the game against 11 Wonders. What are possible.
All right, Mo. Your pick of the weekend.
Pick your China. Said you can know say life. Yeah. Nanti, Omo share and me more analysis. Be a bit more unfair idea of who is winning. We share hard to focus 11 Wonders. 11 Wonders score relegation after the 2021-2022 season. Omo try 2022-23. That was when Omo release Kevin Osesibe Edima had to folk. Now we are not seeing Chenya. Coach Masudi Dramani, a total of 8 matches in all competitions. We win 5, we draw 2, and we lose baako. Emu 7 we share goals. Emu baako pe. And we fail to score, and that is against the Hoho United now. We have to focus against newly promoted sides. Here were debutants and a newly promoted sides, but in all newly promoted sides, I'm about 13 times since 2020. But 13 times, has a minimum 9. I draw and loss, and that is a Basake Holy Stars. Yes, and that was that defeat, heavy defeat. Has a loss is near 2 against a newly promoted sides or mere debutants, and that's a year 1. And newly promoted sides, Omuninano, a 2, and that is Oshe from 2020-21. Honey and Timmy be 2021-22. Oshe Accra Lions Lusu to Heart of Folk. Gold Stars be Lusu to Heart of Folk. Results now. The following season, you will set them a summer text be board draw. Temali City be Lucy or Mobono Cape Coast. Results now. The following season, Heart of Lions Lusu 2-1. Amobono Kumase Babayara Sports Stadium, and then Nations FC and Lusu 2-0 to Heart of Folk. Last season, the only defeat I had Sanya Abium was against Basake Holy Stars. Almost Young Apostles 2-0. Almost Vision 1-0.
Right.
So Oshe Heart of Folk against newly promoted side. About 60% chance of winning, 20% chance of losing, and 20% chance of drawing the game.
Right. So, Mohammed Shaban, gentlemen, thank you very much. With Mohammed Shaban and Kasasan and Nedu, and of course the legendary Yao Amankwah Omo and you know Edin Kobo or GPL Fie. Shadow said Ochana Yabetanasi at exactly 4:30 p.m. In-depth analysis, Hearts of Folk and after 11 Wonders. Then of course on Sunday Yabetanasi about Betanasi now in the Nations FC and after FC Samates live commentary 2:30 p.m. and Yabetanasi now if you the live coverage at the Abramo. And you near TV this was GPL Fie. Me and Solomon Amankwah as like I say and cover the entire production crew from camera to sound and of course the directors. Many thanks to you. Also we hear the watcher no Nyame and Kahuna feel on show. And I'm Brema Kwame the Jumedi NC. That's in there Ebesia. Yakramo.
Onuye TV. Onuye TV. TV, you're gonna Onua TV, you're gonna